All right, we're live.
We are live.
We're live, and everyone's alive.
Everyone is alive, dude. We have a guest tonight.
Surprise guest.
Who I hope is a guest several more times, not just once. I want him to be the guest of guests. This is the specialist guest.
Part of the round table.
The individual.
Hey.
Stephen.
The one. The only.
Robert DiRamio the first.
Nice.
Steve.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited you guys were doing this.
Steve,
we're all excited to have you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, this was something that we weren't expecting to get until at least like season 5 or 6 when we were established. And you knew, that there was an audience. You knew how, that we were seasoned.
There'd be a benefit for you, and not
right.
So
that's why you have to promise us right now that you'll come back as seasons progress.
Hey, man, I'm in the trenches with you. I want to help you guys out. Make sure, it's tech before you send it out to the masses.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Right. Exactly. You want to be involved. Well, we want you involved, and let's see, we put in the order right now. Steven, we usually like to start with something called What's New With You. So, what is new with you?
What's new with me? Like,
Steven.
Since I last spoke to Mike, probably a week ago. What's new? I have a house now. I live in with my wife, and I have a daughter.
Yes.
Penelope. And she is wonderful.
Beautiful name.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Very good temperament, even though she kind of doesn't like give me a favorable reaction every time. I still think that she'll eventually come around.
You made her cry and smile in the same visit.
Just by looking at her, I didn't, or saying hello.
Yeah.
That's my effect.
The important thing is you have an effect.
Yes.
So she reacts either way. There's no just like, I'm not feeling anything. So
right.
That's your superpower, Mike.
Right.
That's your superpower. Yeah. Chuck, she's turning 2.5 actually it already passed. She's born on July 4th too. So she,
oh yeah.
Firework baby.
She's a patriot.
Yeah, that's right.
So 1/3 of a year, essentially.
2.5-year-old head.
Wait, what'd you say, Chuck?
God bless her little 2.5-year-old head. If you stop talking for 10 seconds, you'd hear something I said. Just take a break every now and then, right?
Yes, absolutely. She explores, and she's in there with me, man. She's like, I'm always like tinkering and like fixing stuff around the house, and she's right there. She wants to grab the tools and like try to help me out, and it's awesome. I love that.
Oh, that's good. So she's gonna be primed for chores and helping Daddy do some work around the
yard
house.
work, dude. I gotta train her to rake leaves.
Nice. I totally blew that whole thing with my kid. So
she doesn't like the yard work.
I can't get her out. I got her out here for like picking tomatoes for 5 minutes the other day.
That's a chore that
flicking her arm into picking some tomatoes. Yeah.
So like
hard though, it's because it's like it's that's where she's social online. There's nowhere else to hang out. I mean, she's got her friend next door, but if they're not like, she's not around, then it's just online to kick it with other kids.
Dude, she doesn't realize what she's missing with not hanging out with you. I mean, you're Chuck. She doesn't know any better right now. She'll learn. She'll figure it out.
Yeah, she's totally sick of me right now.
She'll figure out that she needs to pick tomatoes when you ask. For more than 5 minutes.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Dude, you know what happens after she picks a tomato? Sometimes you slip her a 20. How about that?
Yeah, bribe her.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Bribe your own daughter.
Bribe her.
Yeah, it's just like positive reinforcement.
You spent 20 minutes this time. It's $20. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go more than $20. I was gonna say $1 a minute. That might be.
It's gonna get pricey. I can't.
Yeah, she'll be picking.
That's
She'll be
where that
picking.
comes
Dad,
from.
I picked tomatoes for 3 hours today.
We gotta go sell them so I can afford your salary.
He's got a serious salary. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh boy. So
Do you guys
Steve,
have a thing, Chuck? Do you guys ever have like a father daughter?
Yeah, volleyball. We do a lot of volleyball stuff. She's heavy into v-ball right now,
That's cool.
so we'll do like v-ball practice. We got games. We got a lot of volleyball. So,
You're probably pretty good at it too.
I'm all right. I'm not that good actually, man. You know. I bet you're better than me. I bet you Mike's probably better than me.
that's not. Chuck, do you spike on her at all?
You Massachusetts boys are known for your volleyball prowess.
Right.
You got the beach.
Got that beach there in Deluxeberry.
Oh yeah. So, dude, do you spike on her or what? Do you guys play one? She ever serve it?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Parents, actually, we lost to them the other day, and when we played them,
Yeah.
we scrimmaged them and they beat us.
Volleyball is very specific, though. It's
Two
like
games to one, Steve. They beat us.
What was it?
It's barely
2 games
squeaked
to 1.
out. Yeah,
2 games to
they barely
1.
won.
First time they beat us. So they've gotten a lot better. Their coach is a crazy person. She used to play in college, and she's really good. She's an excellent coach. She runs a bunch of teams. I don't know how she does it. It's insane. She has her own kids. They're on the teams. She's got like 4 kids.
Jeez.
She's in a different gear.
Is she just a coach? Does she have a job as well, or is she just focused on the coaching?
No, she also has a job. She's a pharmacist, I believe.
Wow, that's impressive.
She's got the drugs too, man.
Who is
Yeah,
this?
maybe
Who is
she
this
might
magic
have gotten
woman?
herself up somehow.
EPO. Get some EPO in there.
Who's this
Get-
magical
A
woman?
little extra energy today.
So, Steve, your nickname, and Chuck called you this earlier, is Shells.
Mhm.
What happened to give you that nickname? Where
happened?
were you? And then my last question is, how do you spell it?
How do you spell it?
Good question.
I guess that's pretty good question. I'll answer that first.
Yeah.
IT and SHELLS or Z. I guess you could do the Z.
Z. That's how I had it pictured in my brain.
Yeah,
It shells.
shells.
Yeah,
It shells.
the big Z.
You know what? As far as like the inception of the nickname, I think it was like during the first during the first tour that I was with you guys.
I don't know. I think probably.
Do you remember what happened?
I remember we were sitting at it was a catering. There was a catering at the show because there was mussels
Yes.
that we were eating, and we ate. We're eating the mussels, and when you eat a mussel, you take the mussel out of the shell and you eat it, and then you put in. So there's a big, and everyone was eating them, and there's this big bowl full of shells, and the way it was poetic was Sybil said something like, "Shells, that would be such a cool nickname," because maybe someone said, "Look at all those shells," and she goes, "Shells, that would be a really cool nickname for somebody," and right at that moment. You're walking back with your tray like you're at lunch in like 8th grade. And you're like, "What's up, guys?" You're like, everyone goes, "Shells!" That's him. That's him. It's Shells.
Yeah. It worked. It made sense. And plus it was the whole like drum shell thing. I think that was how I accepted it in my mind.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's the real. It wasn't like you love to crush mussels or something.
Yeah. Even though I do love to do that.
Dude,
Getting so many freaking muscles.
A freaking DiRamio, a bowl full of muscles, no problem.
yeah.
It worked both ways, huh?
So DiRamio in like in our family and amongst our group of friends really is a verb. So it's like you DiRamio something. It's an action. It's not it's not just a last name. If that makes sense, Chuck.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Oh, yeah. So
You've seen it.
and the way it came up is
Viewing and listening audience may not be.
I
yeah.
probably
So
ate the food out of your lap, Chuck, and I'm sorry.
Hey man, it's all good.
So Steve is good at doing like one repetitious thing like for a very long time, and the way he manifests his talent is by eating the same kind of food like from start to finish in a very, very rhythmic kind of consistent way, which I don't know anyone else who could do this. But he'll take like a bag of Tostitos and he'll eat the whole bag. But it's in a
who can do that? Actually, I would be interested to see if there was like a way we could have an eat off in some manner, maybe over Zoom. I don't know. But Mike Hannigan can clear the fuck out of a plate quickly. Like it was like, dude, do your parents take your food away or something if you don't finish it in time? Like what?
That's different.
Really?
Steve does not do it quickly.
That's out of survival. Like that. I mean, I don't know why exactly he does that, but
he inhales it.
I don't even have to be hungry.
Steve is not an inhaler. He is a very methodic.
That jar of pepperoncinos. We got in the blizzard of 2000.
Pepperoncinos.
The pepperoncini
was. You're marooned in Quincy.
Yes.
And we Chelsea bought a jar. It was like 5 gallons of fucking pepperoncinis.
Well, it wasn't that big. 5 gallons.
It was huge. It was definitely over a gallon, dude. It might have been 2 gallons. It was big.
For like a month.
You had to strap over your shoulders to carry the jar.
It was like a keg. It was like a keg.
Yeah.
Right. It came with like a husky. It was like, it was nuts. And you ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
You finished it.
Yeah.
You almost did.
So that's a mistake. That's a mistake snack because you burn. You can freaking see suffering on the toilet, 3 hours later. And
you must have been hurting. My God.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. That's real stuff.
Tostitos were my first. I guess it was the first food that like people realized I would just DiRamio and finish. I would finish the whole bag.
But the crazy thing, though, it would be over like a period of like 45 minutes to an hour. You know what I mean? It was like he would sit there watching TV and he would eat it, but he wouldn't wolf it. He would just eat it like very methodically, and it was like the same rhythm. It like never changed for like 45 minutes. It was unbelievable.
A tempo eater.
Yeah.
A tempo eater.
Yeah.
He's like a pace.
He was on time.
Well, you're a marathon. You're a runner too, right? So.
Was. I was a lot of things I used to do.
He's a marathon eater.
Catch up, man.
So you have that in your DNA. It's in there.
He's a marathon eater.
It's in there somewhere.
So the running, the X running,
X biking, X running, X climbing, X freaking. Yeah, I was active, but you try to do different things, move on.
Was it the alcohol? Was it
There's that too.
Was it Mike?
That made me stop running.
Yeah.
What made me stop running was realizing that like I don't have the time to do it right now.
Yeah, it's time, right?
You'd be gone. I can't just leave for like an hour, like before. Penny's up at 7, goes to bed. She goes to bed 8:30, sometimes 9.
That's actually really good compared to our situation, yeah.
For 2.5 or yeah, she's 2.5.
Dude, 2.5, she'd be up late, but we had weird, I was up late, so yeah, she's bad now. But I guess that's pretty late though, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah, it's pretty late, but the sleeping till 7 is pretty nice, to tell you the truth. That's better than our average for sure.
Yeah.
So Steve, I don't know if you'll remember this, but when did you start with State Radio? What was the first tour? And who was touring? What band were we touring with?
Wow, Mike. That's a question and a half that I would probably have to research all that stuff.
What Nirvana?
The individual Wikipedia?
I don't know. Was it like 2009 or 8? When did I go out with you guys first? 2008? No, you joined in 06,
yeah. So maybe it was.
Honestly, Mike, I can't remember when who first toured with you guys and what the tour was. I think it was just like weekends. Like I would help out like for local shows,
Right.
and anything in Boston or Rhode Island, you guys would do. And it just was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of awesome.
Right.
You guys kind of needed it. You guys were getting big enough that it would kind of suck to load up all that gear every single night into that truck, like with no help. And that's
Right.
brutal. That wears on you.
Yep.
And you guys,
We're fragile.
Yeah, you're fragile. You break a nail, you probably complain about the calluses.
Yep.
No, but I don't know. I think there's just time for everyone. Time for everyone. I kind of had the itch to do it because I was helping out a lot with you guys, and I was able to take time off work. And actually, no, was it before I got hired? Yeah, it was before.
Wow.
I was in between jobs when I first helped you guys out.
Tweening.
Actually,
Tweening.
To the music industry preys upon.
Yes. So
lingering in.
Steve, when
the
you
fun
Hey,
shows.
So just as some background on the individual, Steve DiRamio, he is a drummer, an excellent drummer. I play guitar and with Steve, playing drums in a band. But Steve was excellent at tuning drums. But did you know how to really work around a guitar when you started guitar teching for Chad, or did you kind of pick it up just being the technical kind of guy?
I had no idea how to string a guitar before I helped you guys out. Before Chad was like, listen, we'll take you out, but you kind of have to be my guitar tech. I mean, I wasn't going to go out there and just be a drum tech, or, I think he needed someone to fix a string mid song, and swap the guitar during the song, because you guys needed that, and I think he was breaking a lot of strings, and it just made sense. And he I don't know, Mike, you never really kind of showed me. Do you even know how to string?
Dude, you don't want to learn how to string guitar from me, or tune drums from me, for that matter. I am not. No, that's not my specialty.
Yeah,
Not at all. No.
not
Thanks,
at all.
thank you. And Chuck, it's interesting when we were backstage at the Tom Morello thing at the Troubadour in L.A. when he was basically like, his guitar was out of tune, and he literally just took his guitar off and he's like, "Could someone tune the Night Watchman's guitar?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, he doesn't tune guitars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He plays guitars. So, like, that's
I
kind of
don't
like
think-
that's kind of like me.
Yeah, you're savantish. You're not interested in the details. You just have to this higher thing to channel through you.
Right. No, I find it very difficult. I've tried it. Steve's watched me several times try these things, to the point where he's like, "Dude, just get away from the drums. Like, you're just not. You're not going anywhere good here. I see exactly what you're doing. You're not going anywhere good. Just let me do it. It'll take me like a minute at the most to tune all your drums." And I'm like, "Dude, I want to learn how to tune them." He's like, "I just don't think it's in the cards for you."
I don't think that's in the cards for you, kid.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but I mean, it's like a muscle that you have to work out. You just have to listen to what's good, listen to what is in tune. I mean, how I taught myself was basically I was living with Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
In what was that? What year was that? That was 2004.
18, 20.
Yeah, 2004, 2005.
2005, yeah. And I lived across the street from where I worked, so I just had all this time. Tyler would be away on business trips,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have my drum set in my living room. Oh shit! Look at that thing. I barely know how to play it. I was just starting out with playing a full kit, and the thing that came into my mind was that if I was going to play these things, I want to have them sounding good at least. If they sound terrible, even if I'm good, it's going to sound kind of shitty to everyone else around me.
Right.
So it's just oh, you know what? I should probably really learn how to tune.
Yeah.
And I just started dong, 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 and I was hitting this freaking drum, trying to hear what was it in tune, tone for hours. I would do it for hours.
You know what's funny is that you mentioned Tyler being away. Tyler did mention a couple times to me during that year. It's like, but Steve just taps on his drums for hours. Like, what is he? Why? Why is he doing that? It doesn't seem like it's in any kind of rhythm. You know, like why is all this tapping happening?
Wait,
like,
he didn't know that I was trying to tune?
He's tuning the drums. He just didn't understand. Did you ever discuss with him like I'm tuning my drums?
I could have sworn I should have. I definitely would think to say something. Yeah. I can't remember if I ever did though.
I mean, I'm the way I remember, and this could be wrong, was that he was basically asking me like, what was he just taps his drums, and maybe I said like that's mostly learning these tuning, and he's like, yeah, I don't know. Or like that's what tuning is, like hilarious. That's what it entails. But yeah, so you did like put in the time. I mean, this is evidence that you were doing your homework and you ended up with a skill.
I mean, I weirded out my roommate about it.
Yeah, but he, that's not easy to do.
Why is DiRamio just tapping the goal? And he's just turning these lugs, tapping the drum like not in time and all quiet and soft. That's funny. You never told me that.
Yeah.
What about, let me ask you this, and this is a question for both of you guys. What about the tone of the drums? Did you remember a point where you started hearing the actual, like, tone of the drum and not just, like, the, kick, snare, whatever? You're like, oh, that snare sounds like this kick sounds like this.
Yeah, I think I think you kind of develop that sense once you get good at tuning, hopefully. But she there you go. But yeah, I think it just becomes you are playing, and like I was kind of getting better. Mike was like digging the sound, and I was like, okay, cool. And then who like actually really helped me out with tuning was that dude Jocko.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
He could tune the shit out of some drums. He made drums sound. He made them sing. And he kind of like showed me a few things, and that's kind of where like I kicked it into a different gear. And I think it only just
shit out of the snare drum. I remember.
Yeah, and then
he had a studio up in Buffalo. Was it one of those or something like that?
Yep.
And he was with us. He was in that Newport show. He was there, and he went with us on a tour. Where did I? Oh my gosh! There was one time Jocko, like Chad, flipped a beat up in New York. It was Penn State. It was and we played at that bar at like Penn State, and and dude, Chad flipped a beat, and me and Chuck realized he flipped it. Do you remember this, Chuck? And we flipped the beat back for him, but we were off for a little while and we flipped it back. And Jocko said something after the show, like, yeah, it was like, that was cool, you guys recovered when you flipped the beat. And Chad was like, what are you talking about? What song? Like, I didn't flip a beat. And Jocko was like, are you serious? Like, he couldn't believe it. Like, I've never seen anyone's eyes, like, bug out of their head so much. He's like, are you serious? You didn't realize that? Because he's such a technical guy. Oh. And he's like, he didn't realize that? You guys messing with me? You guys messing with me?
Jocko's funny.
Yeah, he's the best. So he taught you. He guided you a little bit in that realm as well.
He did. I remember that like partnership. Like he was out with you guys for more than just like 2 or 3 shows. He was doing sound for a while for you guys.
Yep.
Wasn't he doing studio stuff, like recording you guys, or no? Was it just
He live? Never did. He never
just
did.
Live.
Okay.
The guy Nick Day we recorded with in the studio.
Yes.
We've never heard. Those recordings have not surfaced either. So we need to call
them.
You have them?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Share them, man.
It sounds fucking amazing.
So let's get him. Let's get him going, baby.
It's probably the best. It's probably the best state radio recording ever.
Come on.
I think it is. I mean, it's all cover songs. There's the one original, but like as far as the vibe and like Embry's playing, so like there's like dope guitar solos and
nice.
It sounds great. And Nick's awesome. Nick, and that studio is dope too.
Yeah. Where's that? Kansas City?
Yeah, it was right outside of Lawrence, was it?
Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, in Kansas.
Yeah,
Kansas. Yeah.
and
What did you
yeah,
guys cover?
I had great gear, but that stuff sounds dope.
Dude, we
I
need
tried
to get that.
Chad to do that. I tried to get Chad to release that stuff, but he won't. He wouldn't do it.
Well, let's get it released. We're here right now saying, please release it. Let's figure out how to release it. So, Steve, let's get back to you, though. Let's
Hey,
get back to
boss.
you, Steve. Tell us more about your tuning
Chuck, you gonna
journey.
take that shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
tell us more
There's
about
nothing
your.
I can do, man. Nothing I can do.
Nothing you can do. You're out in Vegas. You're just like,
Oh, Chuck, there's
Too
everything
far
you
away
can.
from
You're
you
doing
guys.
it now,
Yeah.
Chuck. You're doing it now.
I can mix the songs and send them off, and if they don't want to put them out, then they're not out. You know?
remix them, man. Remix them. Do some like DJing or put some like cool sound effects.
Make it fucking like the hottest, poppiest shit ever, like dance shit, like
Yeah, that's
fucking
cool.
nuts.
Scats, scats.
Put a couple
Scat.
fart noises as the snare drum. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
Make it like Tesla friendly.
Yeah. Get it as the theme song to Tesla. Okay. So
Now
Yeah,
Steve,
the fart noises. Those, yeah, my cousins are loving that. And you can play the video games on the Tesla too, Chuck. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, that's like the screen is the big thing, right? It's that screen is massive.
Yeah, but that you can turn the steering wheel like super easily, and the wheels are actually turning like on the car too, which is probably something that they can't just like disengage. But that's another cool feature, that like video game feature with the steering wheel, and you're hitting the accelerated button or pedal and brake pedal.
Steve, what was your favorite city that you saw? Tell me about your favorite city, your most favorite city, and then most memorable show that you remember for some kind of reason.
I would say it's got to be the Chicago House of Blues.
Oh yes.
That crowd was awesome, and they came out and played the congas, and that was a fun little show. You guys were playing awesome too.
Was that the night that I ended up drinking all that vodka and throwing up all night and not being able to say goodbye to you when you were? Yeah, that was the last night. That's when you were gonna start your job, like a couple days after that, right?
It was like the next day. I was out with you guys. I think that was a way that Chad and Sid were like, okay, let's do this for him, and maybe he'll stay out with us. Maybe he'll leave his job, because I was thinking about leaving it,
Right.
you know. And I wrote to him, and they're like, yeah, you got to come back. Like, you took enough time off. I think I took like all my vacation time, and I couldn't take any more personal days, so I had to go back. But that was just a fun venue. Like the House of Blues in Chicago is awesome. It's got like 3 balconies, like wraparound balconies, and it was just a packed show. And yeah,
There's good. There's
feeling
good
the vibe.
backstage there. The backstage was sweet.
Yeah.
Who
that was-
who were we playing with? Do you remember who we played with?
Bongo, was it Bongo Love?
Yes, because that's when I was drinking the vodka, and I think Gucci said something like, "Drink it
Gucci,
until you can't drink anymore," or something.
Yeah, that's what the congas I was playing was Bongo Love's congas.
Oh yes. Good memory, dude. Yeah, and the backstage was great. The catering, the food there was good. It was right near the Magnificent Mile, right? So you could walk out, and you could explore the city pretty easily.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun experience. I could see how people do it. You know, they withstand the sacrifice, and you know, if it's the right time in your life, I think it's the best thing to do. You guys are lucky that you're able to tour and playing music every night to these decent crowds, and these venues are nice. Like that's a great experience.
Got it in there before society started to collapse for real.
Start shutting it down.
Yep. You know
Shut it down.
one of my favorite memories of you on tour, Steve, was in Burlington when you got on the kit and you were rocking at the at Higher Ground.
That was fun, man. That was awesome. That was so cool. That was so cool. But being out there, not doing that, I loved it just as much. I mean, that was just the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Being able to jam, be out there, be up on the stage with you, and we're doing like a drum duo, and we're just like trying to make it up. And
Yeah.
I don't think we ever fell flat in our face, but
No, I thought we did great, dude. And then there was something that came on my like memories feed on social media, and it was a video, and I wish I had kept it. I figured I'd be able to find it later, but I couldn't find it today. And it was like an annual memory, and it was it was a show, and I think it might have been. Well, let me explain it to you. So you're on kit, I'm on like floor tom, and we're rocking. Chad grabbed a tom in the background and is like hitting like a tom. Chuck is literally took out his bass rolling case or one of the, maybe it was one of the lights cases actually. I don't know if you had a rolling case for bass. But there's a rolling case that you were on top of, Chuck, and you were going across the stage with your arms out like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
there's a video of that. Yeah, are you saying that of that video?
I couldn't find it. I wanted to show it tonight as one of my presentation pieces, and I didn't get to it. I didn't.
We'll find it.
Unfortunately, yeah, we'll find it for next time. If anyone knows about it too, let us know. Write it in the comments. Just kidding.
Just search YouTube, man.
Yeah.
YouTube. Shells. Chuck rolling across the stage. I don't know. Maybe it's hashtag.
Do you know where that was?
No, man.
Was it the Calvin Theater maybe? Halloween show? Was it a
that?
Halloween show or not a Halloween show?
Were we dressed up?
I can't remember now. I don't know.
Hey, Shells. Real quick question: Are you in heaven right now? Because it's like, it's so beautifully lit and light and white, and it's like this light, and everything's so white and nice.
It's designed by my wife Olivia. She loves white. She loves the color white.
Look at our backgrounds compared to his. He's like he's floating on a
clean
cloud.
and bright and stark.
He's floating on a
Look at
cloud.
the
Look at that.
Wow.
That's nice.
Just at my house, man.
That's a beautiful.
Hey, window.
It is a beautiful house,
Oh, that's
Chuck.
beautiful. Nice.
It is a beautiful house.
And the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Oh, the tree looks great.
it does.
Yeah, it does. I gotta put the lights on now.
Oh man, you gotta get a Wi-Fi plug, dude.
Yeah.
They're worth it.
Really?
I mean, just to be able to push a button on my phone to turn something on like
Look at
that.
the clapper. Should get the clapper.
I got the clapper for Simone, my daughter. She's got it in her room.
There you go.
It's more like the bang on the wall than the clapper. You really have to fucking clap.
Is it like a pad that you have to touch, or is it an audio thing?
No, it's got a little mic on it that sucks, I'm sure. It's probably whatever the cheapest thing they can find. And so,
Yeah.
and plus it's under the bed. It's a little muffled. So,
Yeah.
a long story, Steve.
Yeah.
Part of the Outlet Saga.
Yeah, we're not gonna wait for this story. We're not gonna wait. It's not gonna happen.
I could go on.
So, Steve, I prepared a little presentation for you. I'm gonna share my screen here.
For me, like, to speak of, or for you to just...
Yeah,
Hey.
for you to speak
For you to
on.
just shove it in your throat.
Do you see this, Steve?
Oh, there you go.
You see this? Do you? So this, I'm gonna put my cursor on here. So you see
Yeah,
this?
the
Can you see my
camera.
cursor? That's me.
Yeah.
This is Steve videotaping and laughing. He's smiling. Do you remember what's going on here, Steve?
Well, you're hitting that tom that's, like, raised 6 feet in the air.
That is.
I thought that was funny.
Chuck, do you remember? Do you guys know who those two people are that are with us? Besides,
No, I can't see who's holding the tom and who's over
that's Brucey right there from the Beautiful Girls,
Brucey.
there. Oh,
Girls,
Brucey,
yeah.
nice.
and this is Matt
Matt.
from the
Oh,
Beautiful
nice.
Girls.
That's Matt.
Yes, it
That's
is.
funny. I can't. Oh, his hat is black. Usually has a hat on, right?
Yeah, yep. So basically, they came out. I think that was the last show of the tour. They came out and they started just like taking apart my drum set.
Nice.
And while I was playing in the middle of a song, And Steve got some
Yeah.
good footage, it looks like, but I don't know where. We should find that footage somewhere.
Yeah, whose camera is that? Is that your guys' camera?
Dude, do you think that's the little zoom camera that we had? That little, what was it called? The one with the good audio?
No, because that looks like a camcorder. The thing that you're talking about it's like a
A recorder.
yeah.
It was smaller.
like
It was
boxy.
smaller, right? Yeah, like a digital
Yeah.
camera almost.
Yeah, those guys are awesome guys. The beautiful girls, Paulie
Yeah.
too. He was cool.
Yeah, all super good dudes.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, in Australia, we talked about in the podcast was just me and Chuck the Australia incident that we had, and just touring with
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Another fun fact though, not to interrupt, so sorry to interrupt, Mike, but
no.
but Brucey, he was like the first drummer that you encountered that doesn't care about moving like drums and angles or like positions of anything on a kit that's like provided for him. And that was like a weird concept. It's like every drummer adjusts something, it's hard to sit down on a kit and not move something. It's just going to happen. But he was a guy that just embraced whatever setup that whoever owns that drum set, however they set it up, that's how it should be played.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually that's
Well, it's
actually. Oh, keep
Pretty
going.
cool.
Yeah, that actually I wrote about that, Steve, in Strange Perspectives,
Yes.
my internet book, because that was very influential to me at the time, and it really changed the way I thought about using other people's drum sets and the way about and how like using my own drum set, because what he said was it's cool to play those different angles because people set their drums up a certain way for a reason. So maybe like when you're playing, it might change the way you end up setting up your drums when you have the choice, because you might see that it's easier to hit a certain thing at a certain angle, and it was a learning experience for him.
It's an open growth mindset.
Yep.
And then you see the picture and what Brucey's doing. It's like kind of funny because that's not how you would play it or how he would play it. It's however it's presented to you, however
Yeah,
the drum is presented in front of you.
So the funny thing, Steve, when we played with them with Ratfinked. Remember we opened for them with Ratfinked in Rhode Island. That day, I went and told him. I said, this many years later, I still think about what you said in playing other people's kits, and I learned a lot from that. And it was such a great like tip. And he's like, nah, mate, I don't do that at all anymore. Like, like I like my kit like so specific. And I was like, what? I've been living a lie.
Yeah, man.
Like I've been living your philosophy for like 5 years, and you now you've switched to like the complete other end of the spectrum. He's like, oh yeah. But
He just turned heel.
It's a phase. You just went through a phase. He was in a phase. You go through phases.
But like I took it like with me for the rest of my life, and Steve's still repeating it. You know what I mean? Like that's how
Yeah.
influential it was.
That's our mantra.
All right, so here's the next slide. This is
Nice.
good.
Oh boy.
What?
This is pretty good. Look at that. Look at those abs.
Several pounds ago and many years ago.
So
Damn, son.
Middle East upstairs.
Upstairs.
yeah. So what was going on here, Steve? Do you know what was happening?
Well, obviously it was a situation where I lost my shirt and I wanted to grab a microphone. Was it for like...
He was attacked in the street, and he ran to escape and quickly jumped on stage and joined the band to blend in.
Were you playing drums or something? Why would I not be at the drum set?
It looks like I am. I see a body. You see like a leg right here?
Oh, there you go.
There's a leg
Yeah.
and maybe like a shirt.
You see how skinny that leg is? That is you. That is a thin. Look at that thin
It's thick.
shin bone. Yeah, that's Mike.
Yeah, I probably. It looks like I might have like both of my legs might be in that little area too somehow. Like it might.
Oh my God,
it might
yeah.
be between songs. Like
You're about to cross your
I was
ankles,
crossing my legs,
sitting like etiquette. Is that what's happening?
just watching
Hilarious.
this unfold up there, just watching the beauty that was before me. So that was probably with Ratfinked when like I would play a couple songs. You'd play like 80% of the show, but I'd have like a couple songs that because we started playing with Dom and Joe. I was playing with before. We kind of merged two bands. So like I was the original drummer with Dom and Joe, and then you were Raffing's drummer, and then the songs that I couldn't play guitar on, because I'm not that good, I'd be back on the kit that we originally had with them. And Steve looks like, I don't know, maybe he's gonna sing a little bit of the song.
I think
it looks like you're about to throw some shit down.
I think I was teching. I was holding the mic for
Your
Dom.
shirtless tech, just like totally upstaging the like singer. And his like long shirt that's too long.
Yeah, that was Flea from Chili Peppers.
Oh my
God.
God.
I don't know.
Let me adjust the stand for you, dude. Hold on.
Flexing.
Your mic
Look
stand.
at that! Check out the stand. What do you guys think about this?
You need a beefier, more stand than that.
Yeah, what do you think about the stand? Adjust it.
I was in shape. I was in shape then.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
So, you remember where this is? I'm trying.
We're on a parking lot, or
it looks like I think that was the Dispatch shows at the Boston Garden.
Oh yeah. This is like in the parking lot afterwards.
Bongo Love, Eric Byington.
Hanging out in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, look at that. That was
it's a sweet outfit, Steve.
Look at how nice you look.
I like your shirt.
It's cool. Yeah, and they played that night, right? I think Bongo Love played that night. Was that 2011 or 10 or something?
That sounds about right.
Mike, you look like you're karate chopping somebody, Mike.
Me? Yeah. Don't look at me. Next.
Happy karate chop,
Steve,
though. What?
What is
fuck?
Exactly. Steve, do you remember this? This is Steve.
I was wearing the muscle shirt too. That's awesome.
It looks like the beer's not opened yet. Like you haven't opened the beer yet.
I can't actually drink.
I mean, you got distracted, obviously.
So do you remember this, Steve? Do you remember what's happening here?
I don't. I think we were like listening to music. Maybe I don't know.
It was
a bar.
It was. I'll give you a hint. It was Halloween.
Yes.
It was centered around the Northampton shows when State Radio would always play those Northampton shows. The Calling All Crows benefit 5K that we used to do.
The 5K, yeah.
Yep. And this, I don't know if this is when Staff Johnson played, or if this was like at a bar after the show or something. But you're definitely dressed up.
Right.
And it looks like she's maybe saying like that. Maybe she caught a glimpse of your ween or something, like when you're walking around, because you were just. Did you have underwear on?
Of course. Of course. What do you think?
You got to wear underwear. There's laws.
Yeah.
Not for the individual.
Not wearing underwear. I was wearing running shorts back then. I don't know.
Oh, just for underwear? You didn't wear. You'd really be freeballing it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be happening. I got the Saucony. I'm a Spartan with like running shoes on.
Oh yeah, were those the ones that we got that were the comps from like that festival?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's sweet.
Score.
Yep, free shoes. Oh shoot, how do I get to this next? Oh, there we go. Do you remember this, Steve?
Mike.
Similar situation here. Does it remember?
I remember it because of this picture. I don't remember that happening.
This is the run. This was the run's whoopee cushion. You weren't just in costume. But you still ran. Look at this. Look at this pride. Red Sox, Patriots. Come on.
Come on now.
This is when we used to run. So that we we kind of already covered that. This, Steve, explain this right here.
Yeah, that was I think at Burlington.
Was that
Higher Ground? I think that was Higher Ground.
Yeah, and where did you get that shirt? Do you remember?
Yeah, Bongo Love
Right.
made it or something. No, they had it.
It's not a bluff, it's a dress.
Very The stash, yeah, I wore that stash for a while after we all shaved our beards. I think that's the same weekend. Yeah, that's when I went up to the show with a beard, and then an hour later I'm on stage with the mustache.
That was
I think if you
November.
brought that whole look back right now, Steve, you could totally start a cult.
That is good. That's a good look, dude.
Like
It's
you would
definitely
pull people in like like moth eye to a light, to a bright light.
It's kind of like Freddie Mercury style, you know?
Yeah, it's got a Merc vibe. It's got like an Andy Kaufman vibe.
Mm-hmm. It's real good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was another fun band to be with. Who was your favorite band to tour with?
Mine?
Both of you.
Mine.
I have to think about that one, man. That's too
Who
too
jumps
broad.
out?
What's up?
Who jumps out?
Favorite.
I thought the Beautiful
Like,
Girls
yeah,
jumped out to me in a lot of ways. When they took us around Australia, and we had some pretty good experiences. I mean, that trip for me was really cool, and I thought that they really made it cool for us, especially Brucey taking us up into the tree house in the rainforest, and supplying magic mushrooms. That was pretty intense.
Also described in your book.
Right, yes. Also described.
Which is what again?
Which is on Amazon. Okay, hold on. Let's go to this one. Chuck, do you have a do you have a favorite band that you toured?
Good look, Steve.
Thanks.
You look like you are exhausted.
Was that where is that? I don't know. I don't know where this is. Steve, do you know where this is?
I'm trying to look at the background.
Is that your
what
house
is
in
that?
Duxbury?
No.
Your bedroom? Down in the basement?
Base.
No, because we don't have a light like that. My parents
Yes.
don't have a
yes.
light like hanging down like that.
That might have been on tour.
Yeah, I think that was. God, it couldn't have been. It doesn't look like it was House of Blues. No. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I haven't seen this picture in a long time, and I think I know why.
Chuck, let's get back to Chuck. Who was your favorite band to tour with?
Yeah.
Like, is it like to listen to or to like be bros with?
Bros.
Oh, yeah, the Beautiful Girls were probably coolest.
They're beautiful
bros
guys.
right there. Beautiful guys.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a lot of fun with I thought John Butler's trio was cool. I thought Revolution was really cool. I'd just have to take a list, man, and go down. But there weren't that many people that were uncool. Put it that way.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's the short list. Is the uncool.
Yeah, the short
Right.
list is way shorter than most of the people we were out there with. I thought we got pretty lucky to tour with a lot of great people and musicians. Even the people who were super, famous. And I remember meeting Slash in there. I was like, this is the nicest guy ever. I thought he was going to be way too cool for me, but he
Well, you
wasn't.
taught him how to play Rockin' in the Free World.
I did.
So he was probably.
That is amazing.
I did.
How does he not know that?
He I don't think he remembered. So what happened was, right, we're at that show at the Troubadour, and there's all the rock stars. And we're in Troubadour, rock stars, Slash, me. Comes up to me right before he's going on stage, and he goes, "How do you play Rockin' in the Free World again?" So first of all, I never met the guy.
That's how he said it. Like that's how he how he inflected it.
Yeah.
How do you play "Rockin' in the Free World" again?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, how do you play it again?
Yeah.
How do you play it again?
Yeah. How do you play Rockin' in the Free World again?
Oh,
And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like I never said hi. Like at this point, I hadn't said hello to the guy. hadn't met him ever.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't freeze. You know, I'm a professional. And I said, oh, luckily that's the one cover song I knew how to play on guitar. And I say EDC. I think that's I don't know how to play it anymore, but I think that's it. So that's what he says. He goes, he looks at me inquisitively, like, huh? And I'm like, oh, does he not know the rhythm? You know, so I actually I do exactly what you just did, Chuck. EDC. And he goes, oh yeah, man, thanks a lot. And he just takes off.
Wow.
Nice.
And then like
that's all he needed. That's all he needed was that, just like a little cue to get him going.
Little kickstart.
Yeah. So he goes down, and he rips to "Rockin' in the Free World," and he just ripping it, just ripping faces, you know, just kissing babies, and I'm like, I just taught him how to play that song, and that's my.
You're like, go fly, / I'm setting you free now,
yes.
My baby bird.
Well, you gave him like the foundation.
I'm very proud.
Yeah, he probably would have. You think he would have not known what to do if you didn't? What do you think was the benefit to him really by telling him I guess the rhythm and the chords too? Yeah, that's kind of important. You think he would pick it up with his ears eventually, or just?
Yeah, he would have gotten it. He would have gotten it eventually. I think he probably just had like a block on like how it went, you know, and so we just needed Mike to like hum out the like basic chord thing, you know, and then once he did that, it clicked.
Right, and then just like did something so crazy over that.
Because you'd have to be living in a fucking cave not to know,
right?
To like not know those chords, you know, and play guitar.
You know, I wouldn't go that far, dude. I'm not gonna take anything away from myself. I think that was a huge thing to him. He probably remembers it. He's probably meaning to write me a thank you card. But the reason why, I bet you, so this guy Pete Yorn was on the tour too, the guitar player, and I think he had done it. He had learned it with Pete Yorn or talked to Pete Yorn before. I think he thought I was Pete Yorn. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we thought I was Pete Yorn. So
we should hit him up and be like, hey, / it's Pete Yorn. Remember I taught you Rockin' the Free World. Do you want to come on my podcast?
Yeah.
Do you think he remembers you, Mike?
No. So what I think's happening here, Steve and Chuck, is that Pete Yorn is getting Christmas cards. He's getting gifts. He's getting, you know, thank yous. He's probably had dinner with / and his family. There's like lots of things that are happening because of that, because he thinks that I am Pete Yorn. So Pete Yorn's getting showered with attention, and I'm getting nothing.
Can we see a picture of Pete Yorn?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find Pete Yorn, I guess.
I mean, because like, I don't remember you guys looking that much alike, and I don't think. I mean, Flash is sober, right? Like, that's not even close, dude.
No,
It's the hair. Maybe your hair.
Right over there.
Back then.
So you have dark hair. What about this?
Oh yeah. Was your hair long then?
It might have been. It wasn't like this.
I thought I remember his hair being big then.
It was, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it was like. Maybe it was like that. Maybe something like that. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Syracuse?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It looks like it. Did he date Scarlett Johansson? Is that what he did? He was with Scarlett Johansson?
Did something with her.
He did.
It's like they did some recording
Play
together.
Bardot and Gainsbourg on new CD, Breakup.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is this? Now she has shorter hair, so is this a different... There's a couple different situations here, it looks like.
The reference to those two having duets.
Oh.
What's the face? Gainsbourg.
That's less...
And I can't remember his first name either.
And here's Steve. Look at Steve.
Oh, Church.
Playing drums.
Church.
And that's me, right on the guitar.
Probably playing, keeping rocking in the free world.
Probably playing Rockin' in the
Natural.
Free World. Exactly. So it just brings it full circle.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Is
how it
that a
happened.
rap thing show?
That was, yep. That was a fun venue to play. That was great.
Yeah, they closed down, right?
Here's her with the jam. Yeah, they did. Well, yeah, I think so.
I think they did.
I think they did, yeah.
See, I like the other outfit better.
So look at this. Playing bongos. This is back in the day.
It's the cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts is
This
sick.
outfit doesn't have the same. It just doesn't say the same
He's got a
thing.
sick
No.
goatee, though, dude.
At
Go
the,
back to the Mike. Go back to the other outfit. The contrast. I want to see the two back to
Bongo
back.
Love outfit.
Oh, shoot.
Bongo Love and that one. The two bongo pics.
I need to share my... Am I sharing my screen here? Hold on. Where's the... Okay, I gotta share it again. Something happened there.
You know what's funny about Bongo Love? I don't think they actually played bongos. They had congas, right? Did they have
Yeah,
bongos?
it was just
Yeah, that's...
it was like-
that's...
yeah,
What's conga?
yeah.
Chuck, you're
And
getting a little...
djembe.
You're getting a little digital.
That doesn't have the same. Je sais quoi.
I mean, that's one side of me. You know, I have the dorky side too. The other one is like golfing, a golf attire.
Yeah, it's like a hotel conference. Conga.
Yeah, accounting conference. And then this is like the hippie.
This is like I'm getting fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting
Fucking protests and shit's on fire in the background.
Yeah, but you don't think a guy that dressed like this would think that this guy right here was dorky? I mean, like, you know, like, is you know,
Two
so
sides of the same
what's-
coin. It is the individual, man.
Yeah, it's the
yin,
individual,
yeah,
dude. There's
the
not
yin and the
nothing.
yang.
I don't think that they're dorky at all, because I'll tell you why. Because cargo shorts, I love cargo shorts. I still wear them, and I'm sticking to that. I know
you're
that
a
I
little
know that
biased.
I know they're out of favor and everything, but I love them for they're very functional. Having that extra
You-
pocket.
You and Connor have to talk about that next time. You guys both love fucking cargo.
Yeah, I love
See,
it.
I don't have an ass, so it's completely frustrating for me because it's just like I'm just like sinking my shorts or whatever.
Yeah. Mike, what are
Put shit
you
in my
carrying?
pocket.
So you don't have an ass, you're saying?
I don't have an ass, so the shorts fall off unless I wear like suspenders or something with my cargo shorts, which is like not a great look.
So the extra weight is too heavy for your ass?
Right, because there's nothing there to hold up the pants, shorts, whatever.
Just go down in
Seriously,
waist
man?
size.
It's like it's a functional issue for me. It's not just a comfort thing as well.
Okay, good.
That
Good
stinks, man. Do some squats.
I wish, dude. I wish. I'm trying to eat protein bars and do squats, do man Kegels.
And Kegels,
That's
there
not
you
the
go.
wrong one. That's the wrong one. This is the right one. But this right here, dude, this is just awesome. I mean, that just looks good. And the reason why it looks good is not necessarily the shirt itself. It's the man behind the shirt. You got, you know, he's fit. Look at his arms. He's got, like, you can see the neck muscles there. It's like a chiseled jaw. And, like, the mustache is sick.
Yeah, the mustache is just like a caterpillar, just like cruising across. The thing is thick, and like you're totally like the joy. You're just projecting joy. You know, like you can just feel it.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I don't really sing, so it's. I wonder what I was saying right there.
You're
probably-
singing probably like the most beautiful shit ever.
So, yeah,
I'm
that's...
just saying
So, so that's all I got prepared. I don't know if anyone wants to have a little closing here, but that's pretty much where I'm at. I think that we did
It's
great.
really good stuff.
Does anyone have any closing remarks? Anyone want to talk about anything else for a couple minutes, or what's the deal? What's the deal over there, the individual?
Yeah, I want to hear more about Remote Players Club. What you guys were doing. You guys made that video, or you guys filmed a bunch of video at Mike's house.
Yep. Chuck
That's
never
right.
used that.
Oh, you did?
Chuck never used that.
We have it.
Oh,
It's just
It's in the vault.
never been edited or anything.
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Well, that was great stuff. That was great stuff. Yeah, we're gonna release some new music. So some new music, some of the old songs that were remixed. We're gonna release that.
Okay.
It's gonna be sick. This is
Do you want to like play a preview of anything right now?
I don't know if we can. Our label is pretty strict about that.
Just give people a taste of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I mean, we could edit it in. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Once the record's released, but right now our label is really, you know, we're not allowed to without the proper marketing. So
Yeah,
DiRamio Records.
do you have? I mean, Chuck, do you have anything over there that's you feel is finished?
Yeah, I could look around here. I'm trying to figure out how to get the freaking Zoom thing out of the way, though. Hold on, there we go.
Yeah, you're getting a little
All right.
digital. You're getting a little digitastic over there. Have you noticed that, Steve? That Chuck gets a little digitastic.
The video?
Yeah, he's like kind of like just breaks up a little bit, and his voice kind of sounds like a robot.
I'm not really getting too much of that.
No,
No.
maybe it's just my feed.
Maybe, man.
Well,
You should go to
All
the
right,
doctor.
Let's see if I can. It's gonna be hard. I don't know how I can. Can I share audio?
You can share screen.
I can share if the host lets me, right?
dude, that's not gonna happen. And how do I do it? Share
There you go.
screen, multiple participants, advanced sharing options. Can you share?
You won't.
See a share? Advanced sharing options.
Let's do.
We can share all participants.
Let's do out of control. For we won't have to play the whole thing, but we
You
can
can
just do like
start
a little
sharing
bit
when
of
someone else is sharing. Only host. Oh, okay. So you can share,
Sweet.
but I'm
We
not sure
figure
if
out
I'm
how
going to
to
be
do-
able to hear it.
Well, that who will be able to hear it?
Dude, you're getting worse and worse on my end over here.
Okay, yeah. I'm getting that digital effect now, Mike.
Yeah, you just didn't notice it, dude. He's been digitizing. All right, I'm gonna stop this podcast right now. We can restart it if we figure stuff out. But you guys, that was Steven, the individual DiRamio, and Chuck,
Thanks,
the
guys.
Digitech Faye.
Dabba dabba!
Nice seeing you guys.
Frozen.
Hey, Steve, it's great seeing you, man.
No, you
Yeah.
don't have to. I'm just gonna stop the recording here, of the thing. How do I get to it? That's all I need to figure out is how to get to it, Steve. Flashback
Am I
Pro.
still digitalis? Am I still fucking?